pool for Saw. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can bring, but my god, those odds are split directly down the middle. Not seen that in a while. 187 to the 187, according to our partners over at 1xBet, as Gutierrez on the dualies. First into the foray as Saw actually go for a push down B ramp. They're playing ring around the rosies here, Hayes. And Gutierrez will start things off. Tabson realizes what's up, spins around, but Ujic spins it. John Gutierrez another on the Julies, and Gutierrez. But it's over. It do have the opening advantage, but they decide to play a very slow round after that opener from Tabson.
Muterus is in towards middle, finally going to activate out of his corner. Ooh, the aim looks a bit awkward, a bit rough there in the second fight. Notably off of Tabson's head as he taps away. That means Big can continue their man advantage in towards this B-bomb site. There are two players here for Saw. Ujerx is rotated through, so he's going to be joining up with his teammate. Spot the shoulder of Sin. Continue to spray away. That's going to cost him his life. The man advantage persists right now. Rosdos is going to have to rotate across. It's only Roman, and he's with an MP9 at range. This is pretty awkward for him. Double peek going to come through. The problem is that both the players are fairly low.
Yeah, Aristolce and Roman still have a chance in this one, but no retake utility does also complicate matters. They need to find an opener, and an opener quickly, as Roman knows there's now a pistol player towards B ramp. Mantu on the site as a weapon, and Tabson told on the crossfire with the dastardly A1S. Aristolce, now alone in this ordeal, realizes that realistically he still needs to win this round, edges forward, but nobody is giving him anything, and I like this. A rotation from Crimbo means he's now an unexpected entity. Aristolce still has to worry about ramp, but almost finds the 3K, man.
It's possible to make it work, but it's going to take a while. So I'm sure they've realized this big roster is going to take time before it gets off the ground, right? Like Process also being promoted to the main team. Either way, 4 versus 4 here as we're in the 5th round. The first gun round started off well for Big with the opening pick, but Saw had a response.
Yeah, very clean one as well. Dropping the bomb and an order in Mantu. But okay, Gutierrez, that is a risky play, but it pays dividends. And with that, throughout the entirety of his career, as far as I'm aware, there's just these little nuances that Big are going to have to overcome. As Ujerx looks to overcome 2 players down the bottom of B ramp here. Doesn't have any utility support, though. Does have a player to trade him out. And unfortunately, Mantu does not. Excellent start for Ujerx, and he's just won the round.
I can't believe how precise he is with his accuracy. Beautiful shots coming through. He trades from the FAMAS into the Galil. Going to be further down.
On Ancient. There's now Tabson again looking to cast out some antics in towards middle, but Aristolce sends him packing, and the nade. The nade is enough out of flash assist from Process's teammate. The IGL does not signify that this round has been planned out all too carefully. Nice.
That's
nade
such an important recovery. Yeah, beautiful nade coming through. Further utility damage. It's such an important round out of Saw here to just shut Big down immediately after they lost the previous the way they did. Ujerx wants to swing out. Oh, needs to be careful. He does have some support. He's going to continue to try and take the bait. Roman good for a frag. Ujerx will step out trying to finish off the job. Not very accurate from him, but that's so. Their whole plan, well, it's not going to be in effect anymore. They have to try something different or just go without the smokes.
And they choose to go without the smokes, and Gutierrez gets smoked after a couple of rounds now where his aim has come into question. Aristolce round the corner, finds one, but can't find the second. Story, nice recovery, buys enough time for his teammates to start making their way towards the site. The Story, in the meantime, stuck inside a smoke in Temple as Process strike, but Process... Oh. Yeah, it's a solid position to be playing from here as Gutierrez gets in a solid position of his own. In the battle of the IGL, Sin now goes down 0-9, but Crimbo, he might have a support label, but he is a star rifler when he wants to be. Picks up a 2K off his own, a 4-on-3 now for the likes of Big as they push towards the A-bomb site. Defended by, admittedly, 2 strong players, but Story, that's a great shot. Back down to even stature.
How's that timing, man? Just ready for the boost to come through. He's got the rifle of Rosdoce in the bomb sites as well to find a frag. 3 versus 2, and he wants more. He's going to push forward.
Hey, and that's the highway. Perhaps I'm mistaken. Okay, he's just playing with him at this point. As B is the actual point of assault. A nice crossfire. Man. But that is now back into 3v3 territory, and Story has a lot of work to do.
Oh, and he might be able to. That's a big frag onto Mantu. 3 versus 2 man advantage for Saw now on the retake. It's a bit awkward though with these two. Also, the flash is great. Story goes down as a result. There's a big flank coming through from Uterus. It's just going to take a while to activate. And Big will be aware of this as well because he did get a kill earlier on in towards middle. And that's exactly why Crimbo's posted up on the angle. I mean, Saw certainly should just go for this. They've got the money to afford a buy in the next. Mantu, Muterus is going to try and wrap his way around ramp. This is by design. They've thrown the smoke ramp for Muterus to phase through. Unfortunately, Rozdoche has gotten ahead of it. Finally, Muterus will activate, but he doesn't have any time to get the defuse in, so he'll just fall back and save an AK. Big finally back to winning ways.
Wait, Crimbo dies here.
That's okay.
Admittedly, a tough one to land, but okay, now he's absolutely blinded to buggery. And Tamsin able to get good presence towards Temple. Bomb yet to make it to the site, but as the digits are punched on in, that is an amazing response from Aristotle. Great free fire, and my goodness, Sid, almost a spray down, but wait, was that was a team kill from Aristotle? This round has been very hard to keep up with.
Yeah, there's just so much going on. Saw have decided to be proactive here in terms of retaking the A-bomb site. They haven't waited for the bomb plant to come through. They've decided to just get a move on, and it's worked out perfectly for them. The bomb is dropped on the site. There's time for Big to play with. It's Mantu and Crimbo to recover. They know exactly where Crimbo is. I don't think they're completely aware of Mantu's position. That's why he's trying to use this element of surprise right now, hoping to catch somebody off guard. But you can see that they are conscious he could be in that direction. Timing, not great. 30 seconds. Now Big have to start to get a move on.
And as that time ticks away, they have managed to successfully group up, and Aristotle, why would you even shoot there? There's no need, as now they're pushing up through. But Roman shuts down Mantu, and with that, 14 seconds remain. He actually, hold on. There's a world. There's a world in which he converts that spray. Doesn't manage to find the first. Story's not going to deny the bomb. Crimbo has a real chance in this round. A one-on-one out of nowhere. A couple of heavy mistakes from the likes of Saw. Story also doesn't have a defuse kit. One can be picked up, and it will be. He does have a smoke to throw down towards this CT angle, but Story, he's already being rear flanked. Oh no, Crimbo, he's got the round. Surely, Story, pull off the bomb. Scopes on in. Crimbo hits a reload. Bomb tapped again. Crimbo swings. Story somehow. Story. Makes things even harder for Big. Speaking of Polish Orpers, though, did you know Hades sometimes lives in the UK?
No, I didn't. No. Are you just trying to get like a claim to fame right now?
No, just random fun facts. Mantu, though, not having too much fun here. Not on his chosen weapon. Sin, though, loses his target correctly. Roman sent packing. Nice Molotov from Story. That will split the offensive in two. And if he can find Sin here, that massively increases their chances of taking this round. Instead, Materis getting sneaky. I love that cubby spot, but Sin, probably quite the opposite. Crimbo surges forward, finds the IGL, and Mantu another. It's all up to Aristotle now. He's been quiet for the past couple of rounds. The teammates not quite this time, but Aristotle instead. A 1v2 clutch.
Side. They're very passive here from the get-go. Going to get tested over towards the A-bomb site. They've got a crossfire set up. One player in Temple. One player behind the box at the back. Mantu going to get a free frag. Great tap onto Muterus, but traded straight out from the T side. This is an important fight process in Temple. Sin in CT does connect on a shot. Really important frags. At least bring it back into an advantageous situation. Kills continue to come through for Big, and it's all of a sudden only Story left remaining with surely no chance.
I mean, it's a nice shot onto Sin, but in a 1 versus 3 to continue with. Okay, they're giving him somewhat isolated duels. Finds the head of Tabson as Crimbo starts sticking the defuse Story. Yeah, okay. Nice effort, not going to happen. And he takes Crimbo. So, yeah, Saw should be the favourites here, narrowly, albeit. The Sin takes down their favourite fragger. Looks for more on this FAMAS, but will get double swung. And the boys are smoked to delay things with his Saw offensive.
That's an important kill back. Straight to the smoke out of Roman. Look at how low Crimbo is. He's been taken down as well. It's only Tabson on the bomb site and not for much longer. Aristotle dispatches of him. Mantu trade.
He says.
Well, we might find out. We're going to find out what Big have in store for us here in the round, though. Must win for them. If they lose this, you might as well just wrap up Ancient. At least there's a kill that comes back through from Mantu, leveling it into an even numbers game. He goes one step further as well. Where's he even opening from? It's from Donut. Great multi-kill coming out of him. Now he shifts his focus in towards the A bomb site, and that is a good call because there's a few players heading in that direction for Saw.
Oh, Mantu. Clean kill onto Aristotle. The story pushes in towards middle. Can he find this trade? It's the only real way they have a chance of taking the round, but no. Low HP tabseN will elude, and nice smoke from Sin just basically traps Saw in towards middle. They're slowly getting wrapped as well by Crimbo. Very intelligently played here. Ooh, tabseN 1 HP. Very lucky to be alive, as Mutiris won't be for much longer. Quick peek from the AWP on Mantu. The story waits in towards Red Room for Sin to make some noise. He does start. May well be erased by the fact that it's Aristotle wielding it. Although that's a problem. Sin entries onto story. Mantu finds Mutiris. And it appears the Deagle is not the problem. It's the lack of fragging from the primary weapons. And the irretrievable nature of where they've been dropped. Big, a 5-on-3. And they are yet to take a single point of damage in return. Ujek's hoping to find someone in towards the Red Room here. He's not going to be presented with much, as Big will whittle their way back onto an 8th round.
Should be the case, at least. Fresh smoking towards top mid here. It's going to be a bit of a fake. They've smoked top mid in the hope that maybe Ujokes can get through there undetected. And has he crossed them? I think he actually has bypassed them. Timing's going to be good for him to wrap in towards A. This is pretty much the only thing Saw have going for them right now. Although Process is looking back here. Oh, okay. Big had his number. Sin will phone it in. And it is going to be a 2 versus 5. At this point, Saw just looking for a bit of damage so that they can chip away at Big's economy. Process will go down. That kill will bait in tabseN. He'll be
Map, so they got to pick up that pace rather quick start.
Oh, Mutiris goes through the smoke, and he will be found out by Process. That angle actually favors him slightly, spots him in his peripheral vision. Big kill out of Crimbo on that second AWP. Looks like Saw still going to commit to the initial plan here. Roman has to go through the volley. There's no flash to blind up Crimbo. It goes too deep. He's unimpeded. Great response out of Saw. Crimbo does overextend there slightly. Not necessary to swing as much as he does, but that's okay. Not going to cost him anything in the round. He's only the first casualty. There's no money for Saw if they lose this round as well. Or should I say when they lose this round? They lost a count of round loss bonus by winning the previous, so Big are still keeping themselves in the conversation right now at 14-10.
And Story, oh, he's showing that they're still a pretty formidable ancient foe. And tabseN actually goes down to Mutiris there, okay. Now that's an impressive opener from Saw, and somebody ordered a double. Sin does trade onto Story, but Roman's still alive and kicking, looks to push this B ramp, and there is now only a solo defender here. Sin in a lot of trouble, spotted by one, now about to get hampered upon by the B push of Roman. Sin's running out of ammo, and the flash is good, but he only shift walks away.
Yeah.
And that's a real problem.
I think he was turning away from his flashbang there so he could peek in towards ramp. He doesn't at all account for Roman to be as far forward as he is, and it's more than a problem. It's going to cost them the whole round. That's 15-11. Saw back to winning ways. 4 map points for them. Process goes down. Okay, at least Big. He's chipped the player so low. Thankfully for him, there's a smoke, which meant the molly wouldn't have got the kill. Process is ticked down to 2 points of health and eventually will be finished off. There's a number of low health players live on the server, though.
And Mantu gets rid of one of the full HP ones. Ujux follows him to the grave, courtesy of tabseN. So hold on a minute, this round has been flipped on its head. Story, Mutiris, Roman. We have the older names on this lineup. Mutiris and Roman haven't been here for nearly 4 years now. Know how to play off each other nicely, but it makes it quite difficult when you lose your teammates in the process before you can even group up. Attempt to go for this site here. Bomb still dropped on top of the boxes. It is retrieved, and the A bomb site The A-bomb site's completely
No.
open, but Sin will deny the...
11-4, it's one of the most dangerous halftime score lines in Counter-Strike. Very comebackable
Right,
as the
okay.
11-4 half. Hayes' Law, that's what they call it.
Lovely bit of plagiarism there as... My goodness, this round has not been plagiarized, but just straight up stolen away from Saw. Big with 5 left alive. Might even be able to deal with Story. He's jump spotting, he's wiggling, and Sin sends him packing. Errors Dolce a 1-on-5. What do you reckon, Hayes? Does he have it in him?
Unfortunately not on Saturdays, so it's just poor timing.
Is that
Any other
Hayes' Law
day.
as well?
No, that's just...
But big on the flip side, a massive resurgence. Sin was 1 in 11, now 17 in 19. Yeah, really good from Big, and Mutiris already dead to Mantu. That's a big problem. Overtime looming in the wings. Roman a trade, but only a single. Great flashbang. And Sin with a 2K spray down. It's all on the Story. A 1-on-3. Blinded by flashes, including his own. Taps the bomb. Goes for the swing. And Tabson, well, pulls off a quick 1-2 punch. And Story has his book closed on him. That is...
And then try and defend the bomb sites. They have got Sin in a forward position. He's in the cubby over at lane right now. That's why they're able to heavily lean in towards the bomb site. 2 players on A, and then Tabs not far away with the rotation either. It's exactly where Saw are headed.
Yeah, they're looking to break Hayes' Law here. Big the ones to match up on overtime. Yet another onto Arisdoche. Story and Mutiris now a 2-on-4. Make that 1 as Mantu out-orps his opposition and Pro. Oh, he's looking to lead the charge from the front here. He's evened up his tally, and he's looking to extend it. Down goes both Ujux and Roman to an excellent double spray. And he really is leading from the front now. He's up there with Mantu, overtaking Crimbo. Exceptional personal performance on the CT side. And we've seen an absolute flatlining from Saw.
Yeah, well, if he was 1 for 11 at one point, and he's now 21 for 9 since then. Complete turnaround, and great to see that elevation at his individual level. And have a look at the position Mantu's gotten into here as well with the AWP. Oh, usually doesn't realize, or it's Story, excuse me.
Give it one more towards Donut, but a Molotov to slow. Another one follows up, and Mutiris, oh, he's gotten stuck himself right in the middle of both of them. Sin cuts down the first, Tabson another. It's going so horribly wrong for Saw right now. How has it all gone this topsy-turvy?
That's a good question. Especially considering, as you mentioned, that they tend to favor the T side. Yes, we know Big favor the CT side, but I didn't expect there to be such a big disparity between the two teams, considering they were both on their favored side.
Well, that's why they call them the Notorious BIG, the Notorious Berlin International Gaming.
I think you got that wrong. That one wrong there, Sneaky. I hate to break it to you. Somebody lied.
I don't know what you mean, Hayes.
Who's been playing games with Sneaky, guys? Come on.
Well, nobody. I don't have the
but...
internet connection for it right now. As I said, we've role swapped, Hayes. It's unique.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hayes' internet providers for patching problems quickly.
Yeah, they actually have been pretty decent, AD. Shout out to them. I wish our electricity providers were the same. Either way, so we're going to try and get themselves in towards A here, but they know exactly what's going on. Mantu posting the angle, good for a frag. Baits in process as well. He gets a kill. It's only Roman left. He has to recover the bomb. That's going to cost him so much of his health. In fact, all of it. Flawless from Big in the first half of overtime.
Continuing their own map pick in a very stylish comeback fashion.
In dominant fashion, to say the least. Arisdoche boosted up. He's going to get found out, and his Story gets a kill, but he's forced forward and committed to his death. Sin continues to frag, but Mutiris will do exactly that. Stands tall with an instrumental multi-kill. And that's going to stop Big in their tracks. They've got mollies, but no smokes to force these players back. That's why Mantu has to assume an angle right now. Has to try and find a way to cover his planter. Mutiris taking a lot of damage to the mollies. That bomb still being disrupted. Finally, Mantu will get a kill. He's got a molly to work with as well. 35 seconds. That molly's going to be very awkward for Mutiris. Does he go forward?
Story still in the back of Temple, but even Arisdoche looks a little bit hesitant to stick around now. As I say that, another rotation potentially coming in as Ujox finds Crimbo, and this round it's fallen to pieces. Fallen completely flat. The T-side just not working for either side, and Story, excellent jiggle, finds 3 to his own tally here, and Mansu, he just can't get anything done.
I mean, he might even just save here. All in the meantime, you've got Sin who's making a play in cave, but he's going to get overwhelmed by the CTs. Saw being proactive, taking initiative, making life awkward and uncomfortable for Big as they were just trying to think about the execute. Now they've lost Sin, and that's going to force them their hand. That's going to force them in towards A. Story's gotten another. It's a 3v5. These T-sides have been disastrous for both teams in overtime, and it looks like we're going to be running it back here into OT number 2.
And Roman cuts off Mansu as well.
As a unit. Story's orb in the correct part of the map right now. Roman gets a kill as well. Sin finds a frag. That's going to start to open up the bomb site. It's all on Ujox and Story right now to maintain control of B, and it's exactly what they'll do. Important kill. I don't even know if Big can continue to commit to this plan yet. I think they're going to have to reassess the situation. Process fighting tooth and nail right now to give his team something in the round. And there's a minute left. They're both around that half health mark. Sin even less. They have got a little bit of time to play with. The problem is they're so light on utility. Do they just pump the brakes and hope that Saw over-rotate away from the speed bomb site? Just radio silence out of Big and then maybe hope they sow the seed of doubt and that Saw start to worry a little bit that they might have shifted elsewhere. Looks like they are going to play the long game. Process and Sin to try and open up the second set of overtime with the win on the T side. But then they're going to have to open up the speed bomb site. There's 2 players, Story covering his teammates back. Ujox will still fall though. Loses the head-on-head gunfight, but Sin will go down. And that's going to mean Process has to quad kill clutch 1 versus 2. Barely any time to work with that bomb.
Oh no,
in Story
with your finances, but it means you can afford everything you realistically could possibly need. Story gets a freebie onto Mansu, goes back for more. Can he find another multi-frag? Yes, he can. Can he make it 3? It would be his 3rd, 4th, 3k of overtime, and of course he can. They're just like sizable margin now. Sin, I don't know what is going on right now. They are so blind. I just don't like the play. I don't like it. I'm throwing it out there, Hayes. As unfortunately, Sin throws himself in there, and thankfully, Crimbo was able to trade. But Story, so much presence. He's got an orb, and he's using a 5-7 to go aggro. That's how confident Story is right now. Just the biggest piece of the puzzle for Saw as Ujox bangs another man advantage retained. And Mutiris now has mid-control, but that was to his detriment.
Oh, big problem. Okay, Tapson, where does he go from there? Which direction does he pivot in towards a Rostosh? He's going to get the headshot. Story with the 5-7 finds the first, but never expects Mansu to come through from the top of middle. Finally, the deadlock is broken.
He's so mean. Oh, Process, though. He used to be mean in his defenses of this A bomb site, but Aristolce with Mutiris, how are they able to string together a competent T-side round now? They lost all 3 of them in the opening overtime, and now look at them go. Mansu on an island. A 1-on-4 here. It's so unlikely. Spots the shoulder of Ujox, but that means E2 has been spotted through the edge of the wall there. That's a really clean kill to find, but it's just too little too late. Mutiris sitting here on the back end of Temple, waiting to surge on through as he's got a perfect timing. Mansu quite the opposite, misses the shot on.
Have a look here from Sin. It looks like he's got the read with the backstab out of Jaguar. 2 players in middle. Could be a victim. No. Gonna just settle for the 1 kill. Makes sense. 2 versus 5, unrecoverable here for Saw. I mean, the bomb at least been able to make its way through the top of middle, but Crimbo going to start to peer back in this direction. He's just holding the angle. Mutiris is going to walk straight into the scope. Misses the shot though, does Crimbo, and that means Mutiris will chase him down. So that's a frag. Mansu can't do anything in the back line. So goes down as well. I mean, I'm still not too worried, but it's looking a bit shaky right now for Big.
If Roman gets this kill onto Tapson, the entire round collapses, but Roman doesn't look like he wants to push any further with that. Mutiris sees Process. Hold on a minute, a 2-on-2. They have no idea where Roman is. And Mutiris, he's doing it all. He's on for the ace. Tapson in a 1 versus 1, a battle of the IGLs here. As now Roman comes in through cave. Now the tick damage will signify where he's coming out from. Roman Round the corner, Tamsin actually sticking the defuse. Roman eventually finds the head and Saw. They do it in double overtime.
God's sake.
God damn it. But other than that, yeah, they farmed 9, another Polish team. They barely ever have their opposition hit double digits. This is wild stuff from the likes of Saw here. Bigger in trouble is okay. Story just proves it.
This is going to be a very difficult battle for Big. They really needed to win Ancient to give themselves a buffer. Right now, Crimbo has no buffer between him and his opponents, and he doesn't even spot Muterus. You can't even blame Black Bars there, because it was at the top of his screen. Oh, God. Big just get cleaned up here in the pistol round. 2 kills come through. That's just the job done. They'll have a crack at the retake. Obviously, there's no kit, so I don't expect much, but can they find some kills? They're going to be peeking into 3 players here.
They've gone for an Astralis stack in a post plant. I don't think I've ever seen that on the B stairs before. Ujerk's easing his way into another frag as Mansu.
Still want to ask some questions in towards ramp taps and peering below the smoke grenade. They will find the frag on Story. The response is out of Ujerks though, and the nade isn't on point. There's still a 3rd player. They're not going to expect Mansu here as well. He has to be the difference maker. He finds a kill and falls back. That's not bad, although no, he's not going to fall back all the way off the back of the flash. He continues to aggress, and that's going to get the man advantage now for Saw. Excuse me, for Big.
A curious turn of events here as Muteras look to turn it back into their favor, but Mansu will deny. Dolce's nade only just solidifies his own position in the minds of Big. As he now waltzes across the back lines at the top of ramp. Has 2 isolated duels here if he can find them. My God, what a headshot. Think down. He's the walking wounded here. Does he clear either of these 2 remaining players? Grimbo coming in through the back lines as time is a ticking. Bomb has been retrieved. The A bomb site has to be the point of call. The smoke up. Does he just go for the stick here, or? Well, he's not going to be allowed to as Sin rounds the corner. What?
Tabson is, you can just back him to make the right decisions.
Well, you say that, and Process is the one to bail out Tabson as he gets bodied by Ujerk. Ujerk finds a 2nd, almost a 3rd, but I'm going to say Process was the hero of that round.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 kills coming through from him, and he's still alive here as well. Or as Doce, well,
they might have had 1 round thrown in there, but Ujerk throws in an opening frag, and Samson a very competent trade.
Doesn't look like Saw are going to stop there either. Roman in the front lines right now. There's 3 players in that A bomb site for the CT side. There's a lot of damage being done here by the utility as well, and they're going to force their way forward. Tabson gets to look at how low both Story and Muterus are. Should get cleaned up. 2 versus 2 though. Good trade coming through from Story. That's a 2 for 1 essentially, and they've gotten control of the bomb site. Does Aristotche spot him retreating back into CT? Is that why he's so confident to just push forward and plant the bomb here? Has to be a retake coming through from the CT side. Flash is enough to get Story off the bomb sites as well. There's a kit on Tabson.
Yeah, Crimbo's nade could have won this entire round, but Crimbo was the player rotating on over. Yes, Tabson has a kit, but Tabson's also the lower of these 2 players. He wants to go for a stick in the smoke. It's probably not going to work on out as, well, first of all, they don't have a smoke, and second of all, Aristotche beckoned in, goes for a pre-fire. Tabson catches his head. Now it's up to Story, but the low HP player finds 1. Tabson forced off the bomb. With anticipates Muteris, but actually, swings the corner just as Roman rounds it, but Roman wins that duel. Tabson, though, pushes a smoke. It's a barrier.
I think we lost Sneaky there, unfortunately, as we do see Saw progressing in towards this B bomb site. The 2 players left alone will be able to get a bomb plant at the bare minimum, so they'll have a crack at the post plant. They'll get a bit of extra money. It looks like they want to try and force the issue and get aggressive, but unfortunately, Aristotche has lost his life out before the flash can come into effect, and Story is thrust into a very difficult clutch situation. 1 versus 2, he's going to be backing into Mantu. Oh, this kill's going to come through for free.
Do they check for this position? Oh, what? Hold on. Roman's walked right into him. Process gets away with a freebie. And Mansu finds another despite his low HP. Process, okay, he gives up there. Knows it's over. And no, they might have given back the advantage to Saw.
Oh my, they tried to make good of Process losing his life out, I suppose. They just double swing and try and get the trades, but they lose their lives out as a result. Oh god, okay. 3 versus 2. Saw have been given a lifeline at the round, but Crumbo's looking to rob them of exactly that, and he'll do it pretty much single-handedly. 2 kills and pretty much a third on Muterus as well. He's down as low as 4 points of health. He's going to fake the plant, hope he can bait out a peek. It's not going to come through, though. He only has a measly Galil in the clutch, and he's overthinking it as well.
Oh, goodness me. 40 seconds left on the clock. There is still an opportunity, perhaps, for this one to mature, come into fruition. Muterus, what's he planning here? I mean, obviously a B rotation, but yeah, Sin's going to beat him to the punch, and with just a Galil rather than an AK, there's no one-tap potential. Sin doesn't have head armor. Oh, maybe this round is still winnable, but he's done.
Ramp aggressively. Process has already positioned himself behind the sandbags. I don't know if they're going to consider this, considering how early they got in position. Process steps out in and amongst the flames. He will find a frag. Tapson gets 2, and Saw have been thwarted.
Play for himself. And Saw on the flip side, they create an opening towards B, and my goodness. At long last, we see a bit of life out of this side. An opening frag, locking out the bomb site, and Big's economy, it's not the strongest in the world. They will be able to stifle a bite together in the next, but Mansu gets bodied by Ujerks. That's an alt denial, massively well done. And now it's Big's opportunity to scamper away as Saw. Oh, they're hunting with Roman in middle. Just actually a second too late to pick up any of those frags as they leave middle. Saw don't really have the economy to keep hunting here. Yes, they can afford to lose a single rifle, but it's well within their best interests to also stick a save. Roman continues towards the B bomb site though, and Sin, he's holding his cross, and Roman holds down left click, and Sin's head is...
And look at the space here in towards B here as he creeps his way forward. Has the smoke to use. He's kind of getting baited in by his teammates who are spamming the smoke right now. Roche's using that bait to his advantage. Sin in his peripheral vision, though, spots a glimpse and responds accordingly.
I was going to say, it looks like Sora found their weakness, but unfortunately they overextend before the bomb arrives. And they do still have 2 players here behind White Box. They do have a smoke to cover their exit from it, but Sin is still here, ready to take fights. And actually, are they going for a boost? Yes, they are. Very swiftly assembled, and a nice Molotov to split them all up into pieces.
They're going A.
Okay, I love this. Now, can they keep enough of a distraction from Roman towards this bomb site? Wait, hold on a minute. Roman isn't distracting. He's the one cutting off rotations entirely. He's already in CT. Great lurk from him here. Keeps peeking out, though. Needs to ensure he gets at least a frag from this position. And Sin...
No.
Only one to go down. Now Ujerks and Story, a really tough ordeal.
Flanks on flanks. Now it's Ujerks who's making his way through middle. He needs Story to stay alive for as long as he possibly can. There's kits on all 3 of the remaining players for Big as well.
Oh no!
Ujerks is spotted. That's a disaster of the highest order. No way to win the round here, unfortunately, for Story. He just has to hope that they're faking it out right now.
Empire of rounds today is Tabson. Cheeky spam down the bottom of ramp as Story spots a couple pixels through the top wall, and great kills. Story follows up, making up for discrepancies in the previous. Roman has spammed through the smoke, not falling for that one again. And Process on the receiving end of a brutal spray, leaving Sin and Crimbo in a 2-on-5. The 2 former Academy players, they might have nice cohesion together, but they don't have the right bomb site, and with that, Saul will at least find 5. Can still play for 7 rounds on this.
Not the best idea. Boys will be boys, though, am I right?
So South African school children love this game.
We don't have much to play with here, so broken glass goes a long way.
That's Aristotle, though, has broken onto that B bomb site. 4 players now rotating in slowly from behind Gen. Tabs in the smoke spam. Actually get him, Aristotle. Muterus, only a single try necessary to activate just yet. As Story finds the first. Okay, Story. Starting to find overtime levels of form from our previous map. As Mantu finds Muterus, who again, not having a great game. And Aristotle, even worse. This man meant to be a star pickup. Spots the head of one. Can he land the one tap? Yes, fully blinded. A team flash from Story. Not the nicest way to get the job done, but now Mansu dealing with Story means Aristotle needs to do all the work by himself.
Yeah, and it's not going to happen. I mean, he's only got 4 kills on the map so far, and he needs 3 here to finish off the clutch. He's got no time either. First frag, 9.
Another reason why you should be careful when betting.
Yeah, of course. 2 sets of Julies here for Saul, so they've got, what, 7 pistols between 5 players right now. Where they're positioned, the one is over towards A, the one set of Julies, and they've been dispatched off. Ujokes is there as well. Important that he's able to get work done. It's such a big pistol round for Saul right now to try and start off their campaign on the CT side on the right foot. Roman barely has any health to work with. Rosdoce has the flank coming through right now, but he's not going to be in position to try and deny the plant, but that kill will disrupt proceedings. Oh, they know where he is. They're just going to hightail it in towards that B bomb site, but he's chasing them.
Actually, everyone's killed their footsteps, and as soon as I say that, Aristotle starts running again. They've set up a crossfire here, or at least a position in which they're easily able to trade as Aristotle swings again.
5. First gun round of the second half upon us, and it's going to be a fast-paced play in towards the B bomb site coming through from Big. Rosdoce forced backwards initially, but then able to clear his way around the smoke grenade. Supports arrived on the scene. He'll stand tall on the defense.
Yeah, Tabson desperately tries to fight on back. Look at the damage done to him and Mansu here. It is pandemonium on this site. There's more util than players left alive as Mutiris also manages to catch another off guard and the bomb now dropped. Hey, apparently I predicted the outcome of this round correctly. Saw take this one up to a 6th. Unless Mansu and Crimbo can do something disgusting in this final minute.
I mean, it's just not going to happen, right? You don't really want to save. You've got girls, more than enough money to buy in the next round. At least just have a crack at it, find some frags potentially. But yeah, Mantu and Crimbo without a paddle up the creek. Currents in the opposite direction from where they want to go. At least Mantu is able to claim a kill. 13-6. I mean, it's not impossible. It's not completely unfathomable for Saw to make the comeback happen from here. I mean, remember how much Big struggled on their T side of Ancient.
Okay, Mantu does a lot of hustle forming up together as Mantu looking for a kill over that smoke. It's not going to happen, but instead Process finds Aristotle. We'll have to sit out yet another round close to the start.
Yeah, tough times continue for Rosdoce. Finds himself in the familiar position of the sidelines as Mantu will condemn Roman to the same fate. 5 versus 3 for Big. They haven't even had to do anything here really at the start of the round. They've just been able to win out their early gunfights. And this is a disaster for Saw, especially when you look at their money. Remember the kills Mantu gets at the end there in the 1 versus 4. Those 2 extra frags go a long way, forcing Saw to rebuy their weapons. Ujok's forced out into the open. He'll get a kill, but no world in which that's good enough. Now it's just a 2 versus 4, compounds the problems for the remaining Saw players. You just don't even go for this. You can't afford to. You need these weapons in the next round. It looks like they're going to go for the gap.
No doubt this map will leave a Saw talking point after the map is done.
It's going to let that one sit and air out. Dory, airing Sin and Process out of the round. Great kills. Bit of resistance out of Saw. Trying to save face here on their map pick and just show that they have a far greater level than what we've seen out of them so far. And we all know that. That's not a surprise or never really in question. Crimbo phases his way through the smoke and actually will best Roman in the gunfight. Takes a lot of damage though. 2v3. Muterus is going to get ahead of the utility.
Yeah, Big. Finally on the back end for the first time in what seems like forever. As Crimbo is a tickle from death. This one has to be on the shoulders of Mantu. Now, Mantu waits patiently for a repeat from Story, and Story is not going to give him anything. 40 seconds remain as the bomb slowly works its way up towards the site as Aristotle expends the smoke to deny being forced out of his advantageous position. Mutiris, great headshot. Crimbo will fall and
by the look of things, They've got the time to play with. There's a player feeling out the opposite side of the map. It's Crimbo who's edging his way forward. Muterus is on the scaffolding in middle. He's kind of just bobbing and weaving back and forth between middle and B. So it's about the timing for him. You've still got Mantu over towards A right now, trying to keep up some semblance of pressure and presence.
Yeah, Crimbo, a lurker by nature. Looks to add another round to his name off the back of it. Mutir is still frantically changing between two angles. Society wants to jump onto the site as Mantu's lurk on the orb is discovered, but Sin!
Oh my god,
Oh, Sin and Crimbo,
ways.
they just won the map. Off the back of that, surely. All up to Ujux, he's just been spotted. Molotov reigns over and forces Crimbo back into the site. But honestly, that's just helped Crimbo, because now he's got teammates to trade off the back of. Okay, Ujux for a moment there looked like he could have taken down Sin with him, but no, it's not going to happen. That's a 16-7 like that. As now coming into Anubis, we're finally here. There's a lot of unknown entities. I reckon this opening pistol round will be an important and decisive factor.
Yeah, so they're going to want to get off to a strong start on Anubis, considering the way that Vertigo played out. And Story will set things in motion with an opening kill. Now, as for Big, they're grouped up on the opposite side of the map here.
Story has been one of the more consistent entities for Saw throughout this series, going sensationally large in overtime of the first map to ensure they were able to bring it over the line. But yeah, you're right, Big now stacking up towards A, but the main problem with this is that Ujux in the backline spots this. Story, another headshot onto Process. And, okay, Story's just doing everything. We don't need to be here. Story on for the ace hit. A Sin sticks a reload, and they're shuffling out positions. They're like, come on, in you come.
Oh
and
my.
Ujux pistols and send them spiraling in towards the A-bomb site this time. Crimbo, first man out. Crimbo. Oh, he's going to double entry on it. Of course he will. Story not even going to find a single pick. That is a malicious way for Big to win the round. And a massive drop-off from the likes of Saw.
Massive drop-off and a massive dropping of the ball there from Saw. Supposed to be the easiest round so far here on the map. They don't even walk away with a single kill. Mantu will be committed to death, but that's okay. Big have already locked in the round. To work with, Doce wants information. Gonna make his way up the ledge right now. Tapson has a good idea. This could be the case. Oh man, he's just gonna hold the angle. That's a free frag. B-bomb side open. That's the job done here. I don't think Saw even gonna have a crack at the retake, considering they're down by a man. You know...
Okay. 3 on 3, 20 seconds.
Yeah,
they can deny
things in motion.
Yeah, they're going for this now. That smoke has completely missed its mark too. As Process has been heard walking around Dark, Mutir is waiting for the perfect time to strike. 10 seconds. Oh, Tabson. Excellent kill. Will at least secure the bomb plant as Ujux now actually pushes that smoke. Kills Tabson. Mantu trades. Mutiris given a one-on-one. There is somehow a chance still here for Saw. But Mantu, this is such a nightmare angle to deal with for Mutir.
Then it's 4-2, no money, 5-2. Mantu gets aggressive towards the B-bomb site. Looks like Big want to try and keep the pressure up.
A smooth transition from you there as Ujux needs to transition into a couple of frags, but Mantu, the man of the hour, deals with Roman, deals with Ujux. Not a trade in sight. Mutiris, the smoke spam, it tickles but does not convert. Tabson, what a frag. Head torn off.
Well, looking to set this round in motion, takes a step in the right direction, finding the opening kill. Remember, this is essentially an eco round for Saw right now. They do have a few hero weapons to work with, but Crimbo quickly dispatches of one of them. Still 2 players on this B-bomb side for Saw, and Big don't realize that they are pushing into some resistance. Roman, 2 kills. Stop that in our little private Discord here and see what everyone else has to say about that. Either way.
No. Oh, he's 27. He's 27. I'm sorry.
You'll find out what you had to say. His story is loud and proud, but silenced is Muterus as he'll go down to Mantu. My god, this is a huge rebuttal out of Big. Tapson has his impact coming through from middle. Will get good damage on Ujux. Is there a bomb plant in and amongst all the chaos? It looks like it. Mantu just posted on the angle. Finds a frag for free. Ujux to clutch only has 12 health, but he gets the kill onto the sniper.
He's dancing around heaven now, looking not to be sent to it. Sin, looking the wrong way, jiggling. Oh, the timing, no! Ujux has him! The spray's so panicked, it just whiffs every single shot but one. And now Big, they're just laughing all the way to the bank here. Saw have afforded a reinvestment, but Mantu's gotten himself another double opener.
This is what I was talking about. I literally just spoke about this, how difficult it is the CT side to try and fight for B main at the start of the round because an AWP can just be posted up and get those kills, and that's exactly what happens. At least there's a response out of Muterus, but now they know he's there, so there's guaranteed could only be a maximum of one player on A, and they're just going to head in that direction as a unit. Aros Doce has a FAMAS at range. He's kind of edging back in that direction. He'll get ahead of the smoke grenade, but I mean, how does he even get anything done from here? Has to get a multi at the bare minimum. He needs 2 frags here to even leave Muterus in a potentially clutchable situation, and that's not going to happen. 7-3. Big are just in complete control, man. Looking like a completely different team compared to what we saw on Ancient.
Yeah, that's quite the upturn in favor of.
And executing towards the B side here. 4 players outside of B main, 1 running in towards Cave. That's Process by himself. He's a bit ahead of the game for my liking there. I mean, just kind of making a play by himself, I suppose. He's the spark. You know, if he charges through there and gets the kill in Cave, everybody else probably leads in towards the B side. But because he goes down, they're just going to consider their other options in the round.
Yeah, I mean, they may as well. Big haven't been too quick to commit to a disadvantaged situation throughout this map so far. They've really not been feeling the pressure at all. There's now a stack up back towards B has been reined in. If Sin can deal with Ujerks, this round is immediately over. And as those smokes rain on down, a wall is put up that will prevent Muterus from getting vision on the B main push. Nice nade onto Tabson. Roman, though. Okay, that's a nice cleanup from Saw. Mantu and Crimbo, there's not much they can do. Do I need to bite my tongue here? Crimbo goes down. Harm than good. A big. Well, introducing themselves to Dark Corner. This body U-jerks out for round. Nicely done. Muterus, not Muterus, Roman, sorry. Catches Mantu, though. One of the most important pieces of the puzzle dispatched of. Into a 3 versus 3 we go. Story kind of needed to hit that shot, but he does on the repeat. And, okay, son of an Ubis like for Saw. It's 53%. And for Big, looking at their CT side, it's actually only 38. So maybe we do still have a game on our hands here. Especially if Saw can win out this pistol. Process not looking to let this one slip by them, but it might already have done as Muterus doubles up. Hold on a minute. Saw have just wrangled themselves a free bomb site.
Yeah, job done. Pistol round locked in. Keep in mind, this is the, well, we've played 5 halves of Counter-Strike now. 4 of them have ended 10-5 on the half.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
4 out of 5 halves, 10-5. Hashtag ad. No, I'm joking. That's not a paid promotion, guys.
No, don't worry.
It's an honest endorsement.
No, it's pretty cheap as well for very tasty food. As Story puts up Process and then gets immediately traded by Sin. 4 on 4 now.
That M4.
Oh, yeah. Can he get it, though? Might not need it. That's a very risky switch, but Samson actually finds another in the process. And there we go. Sin gets away with it. Muterus now on an island finds one, but won't be able to live out his dreams of paradise as Aristote's left at a 1-on-3, and we've not really seen too much to impress us from this youngster so far this series.
Yeah, and how does he want to go about his business in this 1v3? It looks like he wants to force the issue on Sin, but then Crimbo's there to trade immediately, and that's exactly what will translate.
And are we talking Final Destination, or are we talking the franchise? Because that's what it's been looking like for Saw so far. They've outlived their welcome, it seems, as Process cuts off the first. Oh, and Mantu, an exquisite shot. Can he find another onto Roman? Not quite. Great flashbang. In fact, a team flashbang from Sin. And another team flashbang from Crimbo. Oh, no! Big have just handed this one to Saw on a silver platter.
Yeah, this is looking like a disaster for the German team as Saw have a 2 versus 1 to finish off. It's only Crimbo left. Waiting for that smoke to fade. He doesn't have a kit. He should have no chance here. It's just a huge gamble. Rolling the dice. I think he just needs to save the MP9. He has other ideas, but if only there was a kit on the ground. That's the only way that this might be recoverable, but he's going to have to head for the hills. And that is Saw winning a massive round back here. Was actually a kiss on the ground there, but Autorais just doesn't give him the fight. So, Crimbo.
I like this position from Mantu, though. I know it's up close and personal, but he's been very good on the AWP so far. But oh no, doesn't anticipate Mutiris up this close. Here's the footstep, starts to panic, but Aristotle, in the midst of the panic, catches Crimbo off guard. And Sin will catch Mutiris, overextending and under-checking, but it's still a 3-on-2 right now. As this is such a must-win round for Big. Process delivers. Big kill onto Wujerks, but Aristotle from behind the column, dancing around, toying with his prey, and Process, he might want to get the hell out of this map, even after discrepancies, after some really awful mistakes, but Crimbo ensures that Aristotle makes the first one of this round. Does win a small advantage for Big. I say small advantage as it is now 2 rifles up against the 4 remaining of Saw. But Crimbo on the back of the bomb site doing great work. Roman only a single trade as Sin catches another. Mutiris getting outflanked by Tabson. Does damage but can't convert the frag.
Oh, no.
Story. The hero gets a P250 kill, but Process charges him down.
Ahead of it, Mantu. Oh, if he hits that shot on the cross, that's the round over. Now maybe still a chance for Saw.
Yeah, Saw managing to get that plant down. Have now expended all of their utility, though. Aristotle, it's an annoying position to deal with. Mantu goes for the jump spot. I don't know if he's quite seen him or not, but he's certainly been seen in retaliation. Aristotle, though, does he anticipate there's a man coming in from behind? He does. Tamsin, though, hot on the trigger, deals with the first, follows up with Sin onto the second, and with that, Big will still find 14, and Saw still a difficult ordeal. I don't want to say it, Hayes, but maybe another overtime looming in the wings.
Well, must-win round for Saw. If they lose this, it's pretty much guaranteed tickets in the series.
Mantu misses the first shot, but Mutiris still takes damage. Wujerks, though, doesn't need a Mag 10 to enter with pace. He's just doubled up. And perhaps that slight pause was enough to quell the momentum of Big. Story, though, cut on down by Sid. It's still a rocky road for both sides, but rockier for Big. We might have to bust out the chocolate and marshmallows. Wujerks has just busted Tamsin's head wide open.
What a crazy round coming through from Wujerks. Just the way that he forces the issue. First he throws the nade. Notice how he uses the... I've got full confidence here in Saw to finish off the job. I mean, we have seen them slip up a few times, but surely not again. They've got to have learned from their mistakes. Posted up on angles right now. Mantu finds first with the D. Siva's going to lead the charge for his teammate to try trade off of Tabson with the hero rifle. Finds a kill. Wujerks needs to be careful. Oh man, he peeks back in towards Tabson. Tabson's really forcing the issue on this one. Mantu though with the dig connects on another. It's code red. It's panic stations for Saw. 2v3. At least they're going to get a bomb plant. Story's a man on a mission. He'll find the kill on Crimbo. That's going to alleviate a lot of the pressure. And a fresh smoke at the front of A main makes matters very difficult for the remaining Big players. They're going to go straight through this.
Yeah, it's a rifle apiece. I'm surprised they don't flash, if I'm honest, but maybe a flash wasn't needed. Oh no, Saw!
Chip damage through the smoke. Saw have to win 2 rounds in a row, the last 2 rounds of regulation, to take this into overtime. And I've got some control in the round, working their way in towards middle. Couple players outside of B main. It looks like Big wants to consider regressing that back 10. Cuts one down, so much damage done to Tabson as well. That activates the peak to come through all the frags out of Saw. Wujerks will off himself.
Needs an opening frag here. He's been pretty nifty overall on this map, but seeing the first man to peek on out. Mutiris opens, Mantu trades. Okay, that's not worst case scenario.
Yeah, it's not. You're right. At least Mantu's able to get a kill back there, so Sin's life isn't in vain. Process is so low right now. And surely Saw are going to finish off over towards B. It's where they've found majority of their success on this T side so far. They don't want to change up here in such an important round. Process is forced forward by the molly. He's dead. He ticks out to the flames, and that's going to now gain some traction on the X. A few taps are not even good for a single kill. Mantu has to go absolutely massive. That's a wonderful second frag coming through from him. He wants a third. He takes the third. Mantu, the one-man show over on this B bomb side, tries to finish it off in style, but he doesn't connect. And it's Roman on Crimbo in the 1v1 for the map and series or overtime.
Mantu almost aces the round. That's how much he has to put Big on his back in this 30th. And with that, Saw now start the
Were those
rotation.
footsteps heard?
I don't think they are, no.
Doesn't
Crimbo
look like it, no.
not close enough to the canals, sealed off by too many walls as he's still thinking that, hey, this has to be B, right? But Crimbo, little does he know, Roman is planting on the other side of the map, and despite
Oh my
Mantu's
God.
best efforts, a near 30 bomb, Roman could still have this one in the bag, and even worse, he has a smoke and a flash.
And Crimbo's coming in this direction as well. Roman holding the angle. Does he peek out? How far does he go? Where does he start to discount the fact there could be a flank? No, never is the answer. Looks like Saw want to try and shift aggressively into overtime. Looking for some early fights in towards this B bomb site here. Stories on the angle with the AWP. He's got some supports as well, but his support structure's gone down. He's lost his life as well. Hayes' law ringing true. We're 1 for 1, Sneaky. We'll take that. So, we'll have to wait and see. Great way for Big to begin their run here in overtime. 16-15 should be the scoreline. Yeah, and it will be. Only Oros Doce left remaining.
Night already, Hayes. This process. Oh, a little late on the frag. Not going to happen. Aristotle tickled on down again, but Ujerk's up close and personal. Do they anticipate this man? No! Ujerk catches both of them. Oh, that's abysmal. And Zor, this is a guarantee at a 16th for sure.
I would love to see Ujerk's heat map here on their T side, because he's gotten so many kills on this part of the map. He's been a nightmare for Big, and such an integral part of the successes from Saw. Wait a second. This was a 4 versus 2, flipped on its head, 2v2, health favoring the CT side. It's going to be very long for the flank to come through from Crimbo. He's still in T-spawn. That's why Sin's not waiting for him. He's getting a move on. He's charging his way forward right now. Does Roman peek out on a timer is the question. Rozdosh certainly not going to be peeking out. He's all the way back. Playing a very passive position right now. And there we go. Crimbo loses his life. And Sin is now between the two remaining players. Low HP off Rozdoce. Does bait out the shot. Sin looking to try.
Next round of online finals. Got about
Does
6 more of those to go.
Yeah, exactly. Plenty online. No? Are we not doing 5 in total, Sneaky?
I thought it
10
was
studio finals condensed into 5 online finals, I think. As we do see the round to play out, maybe you can double check my facts.
I'll have a
I
look.
don't know.
I'll have a look.
You can be the community notes for this one, as we do see Thor down 5 versus 3. I was going to say, it feels like you need 2 rounds on your T side if you're Saw, considering where both of these teams found majority of their success in regulation. And Big are on course to find 2, although that's a great clearance out of Rozdoce. Unfortunately, he goes down straight afterwards. Loved his awareness to clear out Crimbo, and Story's going to commit to the bomb plant, just smokes off Sin and activates the Z4. And he will find the kill as he retreats off the bomb site as well. That's massive out of Story. He's still going to stay alive here as well. He has been committed to behind the pillar. He's got no other room to maneuver. Just trying to stay alive right now. He'll find another kill. I can't believe how much work Story's doing right now. And that's going to allow for Roman to get in on the action. Tabson says enough is enough. And he will be the one to lay down the hammer and finish off the job for Big. They're coming through uninvited, Sneaky. And they don't bring gifts either.
Only tagged by the nade as Process body Zoo jerks away. Big looking to be the first onto 18 here. It's looking more and more likely, but Roman, great swing. Crimbo peeking out as well. Almost goes down. Now a 2-on-3 as Story looks to fast rotate on over to help Aristotle. Aristotle has stabilized a little since the start of this map, but I don't know if they're going to be able to stabilize this round or not. As Story peeks through, there's nobody showing any skin. As Mantu misses a critical shot. It's unlike him, but Samson is there to support Story. 32 francs to his name. Looks to continue lifting Big out of the hole they've dug themselves into. Door losing manpower fast. Hayes, I say it with bated breath, but this might well be it. Just an overwhelming across the map by Big as Saw take a backseat ride.
Is this how they crumble? Is this the end? It is indeed. It's only Story left remaining. And while he has been phenomenal in this matchup, he won't have what it takes in a 1v5. Big breathe a massive sigh of relief as they reverse sweep